Okay, go.
Right, so we had number 4, and we felt that the quote, "Those who can win a war well can rarely make a good peace," applied well to the Treaty of Versailles. And this being said, the Treaty of Versailles was led by the Big Three, which was the UK, USA, and France, and I guess Italy kind of on top of that too. But they made Germany accept the Treaty of Versailles, so that was kind of unfair. And so the rest of the question is to explain how the winners treated the losers and whether or not we agree on that. And so the winners, they really did kind of take the land from people when they made Germany accept full responsibility for the stuff and territorial losses that Germany had to give up lots of their land and their colonies to France, as well as Austria-Hungary. They had to give up their land too.
I did the military restrictions and reparations that the countries face due to the Treaty of Versailles. Germany had some of the harshest military restrictions. They had an army limited to 100,000 men. They were not allowed to have any sort of air force, and their fleet of ships was reduced to almost nothing. They also had the Rhineland occupied for 15 years, as the terms of the treaty stated. And then all the commissions in Germany were controlled by the Allies until 1927. Austria-Hungary also faced some military restrictions, but none as harsh as what Germany experienced. The reparations that they had to pay were also very harsh. Germany had to pay £6.6 million, I guess. Oh, yeah, and then that's 132 million gold marks. Yeah. The Dawes Commission had a way to plan this out, and this chart down here kind of explains the Dawes and Young plan established by the Dawes Commission. Germany paid the reparations to the Allies, and then because the U.S. loaned money to the Allies paid back the money. And then before that, Germany had taken loans from the U.S., so it was all kind of one big cycle of money. And then one last part of the punishment was that in the League of Nations, Germany was left out. They were not allowed to join.
They didn't even allow Germany and Russia to be a part of the planning period for the treaty. They had no input whatsoever in this conference, for the Versailles conference. Only the Big Three, U.S., France, Italy, and Great Britain were involved in creating this treaty. So when they were creating this treaty, they put all of their wants and needs into it. They kind of forgot about Germany and just did what would be best for them and not necessarily what would be best to repair Germany to help them be a better country in the future and not create another world war. And the aims of the major powers were often contradictory, and compromises there were many, many compromises made within the treaty between the Big Three. Like, they didn't compromise with Germany or Russia at all. It was just Germany had to just go with whatever they said. And a lot of people felt that the terms of the treaty weren't soft enough or hard enough for what for Germany caused in the war. So that was one of the big debates, because they felt that it should weaken Germany, but some people thought it shouldn't, and that they just needed to focus on themselves. And that's one of the big things about how when the winners of the war, when they win and they're trying to make peace treaties, they're not necessarily looking squeeze out of a lemon a bit more. The Germans should hand over everything they own. That shows the greediness of the big three and how they were focused on themselves. So,
Alright, and then, source A was, I think it was from a poster. And the poster said, the disgraceful treaty is being signed today. Don't forget it. We will never stop until we have back what we deserve. That kind of shows the sentiments of the people who are being affected by the treaty towards the countries. It kind of shows that they were angered, and that quote is kind of the reason, or not that quote in particular, but that the way they thought was the reason why Germany ended up trying to strive back for power, and I guess kind of led to World War I. And then our last source was a map. It just kind of showed what countries had to give up what land.
and how they tried to make it evenly spaced so that